Do you keep falling into the same relationship patterns and then over and over again, you're like, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep attracting the same person with a different face? Why do I fall for it every single time? We're going to get into relationship patterns and why we tend to fall for the same kinds of people and also how to break the cycle. So if you're ready for it, let's hop into the episode. Welcome back to another episode of Way Too Wifey. I'm your host, respectfully Gabby, and in this podcast, we talk all things dating and relationships in this modern day. And if you are new here, hi, I'm Gabby. I'm an online dating and confidence coach where I help insecure attachment styles move more towards a secure attachment style. So if you are an anxious attachment girly, and if you don't know what that is by now, let's get into it. It's basically when you attach yourself so quickly to one person very early on in dating, and then you become the most anxious version of yourself. If you find this as one of your patterns and you keep falling for the same kind of person who's either emotionally unavailable or emotionally avoidant, if he just doesn't have the type of love that you are looking for and you find yourself clinging to that type of guy, we got to talk, okay? In the link in my bio, there is a link where you can apply for my 8-week program. We literally go through everything. It is a deep dive into all aspects that you are experiencing, the overthinking, the self-sabotaging good relationships, the attaching yourself and how to detach. We go through it all in this program. So if you are interested at all, if you've ever had questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. Any hoozles. Let's hop into the episode. Guys, I kind of explained my situation in the last video, but I recently fell into yet again another pattern of mine that I have been playing. And it's so funny too, the timing of all of this, because I just finished my book, by the way. It is now available for pre-order. So again, in the link in my bio, you can either pre-order the paperback copy or the ebook copy on Amazon. So excited about this. I give you basically a story time because honestly, the whole concept, I realize I love a self-help. I love like a improvement. I always am looking to improve myself, but I realized every single self-help book that I was picking up, I was kind of getting bored. I'm like, they're saying the same things. It's a different book, same concepts. There's no like entertainment towards it. So I wanted to make this book not only to help you become the most confident version of yourself and also step into a more secure, learning how to self-soothe. Really, most of what I put in the book is what we talk about in coaching. We just go more in depth in coaching. So if you've ever thought about coaching, but you're like, I'm not in that headspace, I'd rather just like read a book, this is what you want to pick up. I was getting bored with the self-help books. So I honestly was like, okay, let me make this into a story time. So every chapter has its own story time that I talk about a guy that I dated. And as I was rereading it, because I had just finished, I wanted to go back and reread everything. As I was rereading it, I'm really like, these were the same people that I was falling for. Like, I knew this before, but like rereading it again and then having this situation that had just happened to me, I was like, I just fell into the same exact thing. But I think when you're not conscious of your patterns and the type of people that you tend to go after, it's going to continue to happen because it's that unconscious programming that is keeping you attracted to the same kind of patterns, because it's trying to get you to wake up and to realize this is not the type of situation that you want to keep attracting into your life. And my recent situation, I am fine now. I honestly, I'm so glad I got that out of my system. It taught me so much, but it also mirrored something that had happened to me about 6 months ago with another person. I feel like this is trying to get me to handle things a bit differently, or like trying to get me to see something. And I think it's important after every time that you come out of a relationship or situationship to not only grieve that process, but also think about, what can I take away from this experience? What lesson was this person brought here to teach me? Because if you don't do those reflections, you're going to continue to attract the same kind of person. Not only with just dating in general, obviously there's patterns in dating, but I feel like with my own life right now, I'm realizing I kind of fell into the same patterns that I've been trying to get away from, like the going out, the partying, it's just so normal and natural, especially when I'm living in Dubai. Like, there's so much to go out to do. Every day something is happening. I could sit inside, or I could like go out and like see my friends and do something like, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like when you get into the same patterns of doing things that you don't want to do, and it's not getting you anywhere, it's not getting you and onto the path of where you're trying to go, you're going to continue to stay stuck. And I just feel like I woke up one day with this last week. I don't know what happened, but I woke up one day and I'm like, I'm done. I am done. I'm done with the lustful dementors that just keep coming into my life that are causing me nothing but trouble. And I'm also done with like the going out, the partying, because realistically, that's where they're hanging out. If you go out to a club, to a bar, hoping to meet someone, you're probably setting yourself up to meet the wrong type of people. Because I realized recently that every single place that I had been going out to had the same types of people. Lustful men that were talking to every girl in the bar, that wanted to bring her home that night. And I'm looking around, especially like, because I kind of stopped drinking, and I'm looking around soberly at these people, and I'm like, not thinking like, oh, I'm better than you. But I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. This is not the life that I want for me. So I am ready to break the cycles, to step into the fullest version of me. And yeah, that's kind of just where I'm at. If you're on this cycle, I don't know what's happening, but there's a lot of like changes happening. I feel like a lot of people, or maybe this is just my TikTok feed, I'm not really sure, but a lot of people are experiencing the same kind of like shift right now. But anyway, let's get into patterns. Let me just start off by saying, if you're not living intentionally, you're going to slip into the same unconscious patterns that have been keeping you stuck in the same loops. Like, you have to be so aware, because your subconscious tends to run the show. So if you're not conscious of the decisions that you're making, if you're not living intentionally, you're going to fall back into your programming that you're used to, that is basically your baseline. And until you completely shift out of that, you're going to keep falling back into the patterns, because it's easy, because it's comfortable, because it's something that you already know. For instance, this is just like outside of dating, but if I don't have a plan for my week, let's say, and I'm just going with the flow, I'm just seeing where life takes me, it is so normal if a friend reaches out, hey, do you want to go out tonight? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I have nothing else going on, right? But living intentionally means I know where I want to go. Does going out tonight, knowing that I have work in the morning, knowing that I have things to do, things to get done, does that align with where I'm trying to go? That's living intentionally. Or if, let's relate this back to dating. If you, let's say, meet this guy and he's giving you kind of the same like red flags, or like the same kind of feeling that you've gotten before from someone who was emotionally unavailable, from someone who broke your heart, from someone who was a little bit too cheeky, a little bit too flirty, a little bit too sexually banter, again, the lustful dementors. I don't know why that's like my word for today, but if you're falling for someone that you know that you've gotten that same feeling from someone in the past who's broken your heart, it's a really good sign that that's what's going to happen. But the thing is, our brains, our minds are wired to search for patterns. Familiarity that we're feeling with that person is really just telling us, hey, we've been here before. We know how this is going to end. And sometimes knowing how something is going to end gives us a little bit of comfort. It makes us feel like we're in control. And that's why we keep falling for these people, because it's like, oh, I've been here before. This feels good. This feels nice. This feels familiar. Again, we don't always go for what's good for us. We go for what's familiar, what's comfortable. So if you keep falling into the same patterns, it only feels good because it's comfortable. You know it. You've been there. I have had so many clients, and I used to be this way too, but so many clients go on dates and then say to themselves or say to me, I didn't feel a spark, and so I'm not going to go on another date. Nothing was there. Let me just say, the spark is a concept, The spark is you knowing that this person is familiar. It's that chemistry that you're drawn to that's keeping you pulled in, when in reality, someone that's actually healthy for you probably isn't going to give you that same feeling. And it's a process of getting to know someone. Think about it like meeting a friend. You're not automatically meeting that friend like, oh my God, this is going to be my best friend ever. We're going to die together. Like, this is going to be my ride or die. Sometimes you have like a strong feeling like, oh my God, I really could see this person as part of my life, but you're not attaching yourself to this person so quickly because you're like obsessed with them. It's not like that. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, they were lovely. Like, I'm excited to like kind of see where this unfolds. And then you meet them again. It's maybe not the next day and the next day and the next day. Think about it like a friendship, right? Friendships grow, like real friendships grow over time. Whereas the same thing happens in relationships. It's not 0 to 100, like, oh my God, this is my soulmate day one. I need this person in my life. This is crazy connection. I'm so drawn to this person. The spark is keeping you stuck in these patterns. You're attached and addicted to the feeling that it's giving you. And sometimes we go for the same emotionally unavailable men because you know where that relationship is going to lead to. It's not going to lead to anywhere. Whereas if you're dating someone that's actually healthy for you, your mind can't predict how that's going to end. So you end up going for the same emotionally unavailable people because that pattern of knowing how something is going to end is more comforting than not knowing how this is going to play out. And it also requires full vulnerability with that person. It's going to trigger you probably a lot more than the emotionally unavailable person. And I don't think a lot of people are actually prepared for that. Going for the emotionally unavailable guy, or the guy, the F-boy that you keep getting stuck into, let's be honest, okay? It's this dopamine addiction cycle, because what really is happening is that you meet someone that you're really, really, really drawn to, that emotionally unavailable guy. And once you meet him, it's this crazy high spike of emotions, and then your dopamine is skyrocketed. You're like, oh my God, I'm on cloud nine. This feels so good. And once you're there, once you're up here, there's only one way out, and it's down. It's crashing down. It's like a caffeine spike, right? Like, you have caffeine, you're riding this high, you're peaking, and then it comes crashing down. And when you're in this cycle, all of your happy hormones that you have experienced with this person is now ripped out of your soul. You feel like a lifeless person, and that pain that you feel is almost like a driver to find that of high again, whereas a steady relationship would be the opposite to that. It's maybe not the espresso. It's maybe more like a matcha. It's consistent energy. There's no crashing. There's no dip off. It's a steady pace. You're not going from 0 to 100 so quickly. It's a steady pace by pace. You're getting to know this person, and you're slowly working your way up to like, okay, I actually think I really like this person. They really grew on me. Whereas the addictive cycle of the toxic person becomes such a cycle because you're addicted to that high feeling that they give you in the beginning. Predict every single time how it's going to end. I think another side of this is feeling like you lack something. I've noticed this with really anyone that has any type of addiction. And let's be real, I think if you're stuck in the same toxic patterns with relationships, go out seeking all the time, like validation from men, or you're seeking attention from men, or you're going out seeking some type of something from someone or something. There's something internally that you feel like you're lacking. And this is with addiction, just in general. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm definitely not an expert in addiction. I'm not claiming to be whatever, but that needy energy that you're showing up with is the toxic fuel to becoming attached to what you think that you lack. So if you're going out meeting a guy because the other one broke your heart, and you're on this constant cycle of like, no, I need a replacement. No, I need a replacement. That needy energy is keeping you stuck because you feel internally like you're lacking something. And until you figure out what it is that you feel like you're lacking and giving that to yourself, you're going to continue on this spiral of attracting the same kind of people. For me, I'm just going to be very honest with you guys. Before, I would chase the validation from men and like the attention from men because I didn't feel like I could really give that to myself. I didn't really feel like I had the confidence in myself. But once you have that confidence and like you can validate yourself and you can give yourself reassurance, his rejection towards you means absolutely nothing. The presence or absence of attention from a man literally means nothing because you have that already within yourself, and you don't need anyone to reassure you or to justify that you are enough or that you are worthy or that you are that bitch. Let's be honest. But you don't know, you don't need the attention from other people because you're so happy and content within yourself, and you know that the right things are going to come to you. When you're going out seeking in that needy energy, you're attracting the wrong kind of people. And I think I dipped my toes into it for like a little bit there, and I was attracting the most awful men. I got really upset with myself because I feel like since I am a dating coach, I do know better, and I know the patterns, and I see them very clearly, and I coach people on this, and I was kind of beating myself up. I was being really mean to myself at a certain point. I had to take a step back because I was really, really like, I'm never really this mean to myself. Like, of course we all have our moments, right? We're all human, but I've never been this mean to myself. And I'm like, whoa, like, who is she? Why do I keep talking to myself like that? And also, would I ever talk to a friend like that? Would I ever talk to a client like that? No. Let's come from a place of understanding. What is this even here to teach me? It's okay that you fell back into the same patterns. It's getting yourself back up and getting yourself back out there. It's okay that happened, but now you know, and now you can make better decisions moving forward. But I think beating yourself up over the decisions that you make is only going to make it worse, and it's only going to like chip at your own confidence. So if you are someone who's super hard on themselves, give yourself a little grace. Let this be your sign to give yourself a break. You are human. We all have moments. It's okay. Okay. And the more that you can do that and say like, actually, yeah, I'm fine, and like reassure yourself, the better off you're going to be moving forward. Sometimes when we cling on and we go out and we feel attached to this person that we meet, sometimes it's not even the person, it's what that person represents to us. So for instance, my last situation, I guess, that I fell into was this most recent one, and I knew better. Like I think day one was like, this is not my person. I literally told my friend, I'm like, this is not my person. She's like, you never know. I'm like, no, I know that this is not him. She's like, well, like just play it out, you see where it goes. I'm like, yeah, I will. I'm just gonna feel it out. And then got so like, I don't want to say attached, but I got really wrapped up in that world really quickly. And I think it was less about him and more about what it represented to me. And I'm like, I know that I do want something. Like now coming out of it, I feel like I could see it very clearly. And the type of man that he represented was the type of man, well, let me take that back because there was a lot of negative sides. But how he treated me, how he showed up was the type of man that I do want in my life. And I think sometimes it's not even, and like there was more red flags than I care to even mention on this podcast. But I think how he showed up was like what I actually want in my life. And I think when you recognize that and what this person represents to you and why you're attached to them, that's when you really start to have the breakthrough, because you're now aware of, okay, let's say that this person was stripped from the things that you like about them, who they were at their core. Would you even like this person? Would you like how they showed up for you? Would you like the type of person that they are? Because I think a lot of times when we get attached, it's not because we really like the person. It's because we want them to like us, which is an ego thing, or it's what they represent to you. So whether that's, oh, okay, this person can bring me some kind of status upgrade, or this person can bring me some kind of financial upgrade, or this person is making me a little bit less lonely, or whatever it is for you, like get to why you're even interested in them. And I think that will give you the key to why you keep falling for the same people. And then you can turn it around and become that person that you keep falling into. If it's out of loneliness, you need to start surrounding yourself with people who genuinely like and genuinely care about you, that you feel fulfilled around. Maybe even spend a little bit more time by yourself to really get to know who you are and what you like, without it being like, oh my God, no, I have to be around people. Like if you're so scared to be by yourself, that's telling it in and of itself that you should be spending more time by yourself. But if it's like, okay, well, this person gives me like a status upgrade, or I really like who they are and what they represent, put yourself out there. Like let this be the sign to to upgrade yourself and to like put in work, maybe start posting online, or maybe it's like a financial upgrade. This is your sign to make your own money so that you're not attracted to someone who brings you that financial security, but lacks in every other area that is important in a relationship. Whatever it is, okay, it can be a plethora of things. Okay. Figure out what it is for you. And then I think that just makes it so much easier to stop falling into the same patterns, and also recognizing those patterns from the very start. If you tend to go for the same emotionally unavailable guy, write down traits that person has. So think about your like 3 to 5 most impactful relationships that have really affected you. What did they all have in common? Well, like, how did they all start? What were things that they said to you or things that they did for you that were maybe looking back now a red flag? When you start dating and putting yourself back out there, you can then be cautious. If someone's saying they love you week 1, if someone's saying like, oh, let's go on this trip week 1, if someone's saying, oh, I can't, I've never felt this way before, you're the type of person that I need to marry, you're going to be my wife one day. If they're saying this within the first couple of weeks, maybe that's your sign that, hey, maybe I've been here before and this feels good in the moment and I want to believe them. I'm really great. I know that maybe they see what I see about myself. It's really hard to believe that someone wouldn't love me week 1. If this is you, you know the patterns and you know where it's going to end up. And it's being intentional and being aware of those patterns instead of unconscious to the patterns. You are not your patterns. Your patterns are there to teach you something, but also give yourself a little grace. It's okay if, one day you're having a little off day and you fall back into the same things. That's kind of where I was. I think for the longest time, I'm just like, I was dating intentionally, but there are some times when you just get bored. There's some times where you're not aware fully and you fall back into the same things that you thought you've healed from. So give yourself a little grace. I know that's a reminder that I needed the last couple of weeks, but I'm in such a better place now and I am excited to move forward, honestly. That is it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you got some kind of value out of it. If you did, leave that 5-star rating, turn on your bell notification so you'll never miss another episode, and hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, 5 stars. Love you all. I will see you all next Tuesday.